feel like my pads, the front pad should be further back. Just getting used to it. So the thing you notice most about the Sherman S is it's very top heavy. The center of gravity is not nice like the Sherman OG, because I'm an OG Sherman version 3 and all the weight is evenly distributed lower down. You know, since you have higher pedals and suspension. It's the battery cases are up higher. So it kind of feels like you're riding like a, it's funny, an InMotion V10F, where the battery's near the top. There's also like less to grab onto with your legs, because I have a seat on the OG Sherman, which gives me more contact patch. First it was annoying, and then I liked it. This has a upgraded seat, but it's an OG, it's a Sherman S upgraded seat, so it's like hard as plastic and it's tiny. I'm going about 22. I'm not going fast or anything. When you first get a wheel, you want to put some mileage on it and get used to it, muscle memory. So I don't know if I'll do the seawall tonight. I'll see how I feel. Right now the pads, I feel like my front pads should be closer. But the problem with the OG Sherman is there's no Velcro in the middle because of the suspension, so I have to put my own Velcro on top. Okay, let's go. It's a bit of a narrow turn. I'm not used to the handling yet. It feels like, since it's so top heavy, you're just gonna lean over, like fall. It's like a few inches higher, right? Maybe a couple inches, but it makes a big difference. That's what she said. Yeah, a couple inches higher. Your center of gravity is like higher up on the axle. So, you know, you're like a top, right? You get more leverage, the higher you are. So right now, just taking it easy. This Kenda tire is actually quieter. This knobby is quieter than the, not Kenda, CST. Is it the CST 186 or something like that? 167? This is the CST, and then I think the one on the knobby on OG Sherman is a Kenda, not a CST, like a Kenda 262 or something. So like first impressions, like this has the upgraded Sherman branded seat, upgraded trolley handle, upgraded side pads which cover the suspension pieces, which is nice. The kickstand is the default ones. The rear stand. It's flimsy because it's such a top-heavy machine. It's like leaning on one side. The plastic is flexed. It has the E-Rides ratcheting pedals. That's an upgrade. I bought this for 3,500 used. Had about 6,400 not 6,400, 4,800 kilometers on it. Good condition. The tire was recently installed, so brand new tire. Right now it's at 30 psi. And this is the maiden voyage. It has like, I think, EV branded pads, so 2 big pads in the front, 2 in the rear. But like I was saying, the middle is missing Velcro, so it's not as secure, and I actually want the front pads further back so that they're right up against my shins. Right now I have to like really flex my knees and put my shins forward to get some acceleration, which I don't like. So right now, like, my legs are not as relaxed because I usually brace against the front power pads, right? So now I'm using more of my toes to accelerate because I really have to lean forward, and it's weird if I lean forward. Let's see, how is the front light? Front light is pretty good. So cover it up. It's a bit blinding. Like, it's a wide throw and it's also a long throw. I have it aimed down. So right now, my right foot and my right foot, the heel and the ball are getting a little bit stiff because I'm using it a lot for acceleration. That was some bird poop. But the suspension is nice, like it's really rolling over these bumps. Seated position isn't as good. I have like kind of like a Luna seat, which goes across from bar to bar on the OG Sherman, so it's pretty high up, and I have a better seated angle of my knee. It's not as cramped. With this one, it's super cramped. Actually, I don't know how people ride on this Sherman S seated. If they're just using the stock seat or upgrade stock seat, I don't know. Mounting it, the pedal height was not terrible. It's scary at first, but you just get on. You step up onto it. Right? You step up onto it, and then it's fine. Like seated, it's not comfortable. It's like a hard board. It's curved, and it's supposed to be padded, but it's not very good. Now let's step up. Whoops. Yeah, there we go. Almost lost it there for a sec. Let's step up again. There we go. So that one, I didn't get it on because stepped up and then my leg was not used to getting on the height, and then the pad was a little bit in the way. So yeah, it just takes some time, some muscle memory. I want the pads closer. Too far back. Yeah, they're way too far back. I'll see if I can adjust it. I don't feel comfortable with the pads like this. No, I can't move them any further back. You see? There's all this gap here. I need to put Velcro in here, but it covers the suspension. And there's screws here, so I'd have to put it all around. You need like a fairing pad plate or something. Yeah, because my angle, like I'm standing here. Unless I get it more forward somehow. Let's see, how's my foot on here? Yeah, it's not standing too far off the plate, but it's not letting me get a good angle. The angle to me is too far. I'd want it more rotated back. I don't know about that though. It's like so like vertical. It's a bit odd. And then you're not really having that much padding. Let's try it out. Let's try it over here too. Let's see, how does that feel? Not too locked in. How about the other side? I'd like this one locked in a little bit more. not enough. I'm very picky about pad placement. Like, once I set my pads, I don't want anyone touching them. Okay, let's try that. See, it's not great. Half the pad right here, right? You put too much torque, it's just gonna rip the pad right out. Not the greatest. You're only on half the Velcro. Let's see, is that symmetrical? Pretty symmetrical. Now let's get on without falling off. So you get on. How's this? Yeah, it feels a bit better. Now I got something to lean against, so it's not just my toes accelerating. I'm not really locked in on the left side. Right side, a little bit more. Because when you step on, for me, my dominant foot's my right foot, so I want that locked in because I'm just standing. You know, it's on the pedal first. And then when I step on, you want your left foot, your less dominant foot, to have a little bit more wiggle room so you can slide it in. Because if you don't have much space and it's locked in, as soon as you try and slide in, if you don't get it just quite right, you won't get it in there. And then you're like, uh-oh. Let's go. I don't want to stop. So yeah, it feels a bit better now because I can accelerate against the pads instead of just like using my toes the whole time. Like, some people like to lean forward, but I find if your pad is like slanted forward, you're really leaning over the wheel. I don't like to do that. I like to be as like over the axes as possible, not like tilted forward, because then you're just relying on your pads to hold you in, right? The pads give way. Like right now I only have half the Velcro. Let's see if I go on this. How is that for tramline? It's not terrible. So you have to get on and then maybe do a little twist. Like the olden days when you first learned UC, get on, do a little shimmy like this. Get on balance shimmy, or get on. See, right away, just having my shins be able to touch something without leaning so far forward makes a big difference. See, I'm already accelerating faster. It's all about feel. But yeah, I have to add some more Velcro in the middle. You know, go around the suspension and have some, use a hole punch so I can still get to the screws without taking off the Velcro if I need to do some maintenance. I'm kind of curious though, no one's really mentioned like fairing pads on the Sherman S. It's hard to find like stuff about the Sherman S. It just finds Sherman stuff. Yeah, that's a big difference, just having the pads more vertical. But my left foot now is a little too loose. It's not locked in very much. It'd be nice if it was a little bit more locked in, because I have quite a bit of gap. But it's not as much of a problem because you're on suspension wheel, you know, you're still racing, right? You're still bending your knees. Let's be careful here. See, this is a challenge. I hate this hill going home, and I hate this hill going there. This is a steep hill, and then you got a traffic light up the hill too. What I should do is I should just brace against this, but I can't. See, this is high pressure. Get on. Not hit anybody. Here's where I'd be like blown right off. But then that makes it like so much nicer. The suspension, yeah. Having the suspension makes a big difference. I would have to brace for my life over there. So the main takeaway so far is there's just less real estate to hold on to when you're clamping onto the wheel between your legs. I'm used to having something really high. There's the police. It's not slowing down. Just on the main voyage. Sherman S. That was a cop turning right. I'm not going fast, I'm only going 25k. One, because I'm chicken. Two, that's a cop. I have mine beeper set to 36 kilometers an hour. No tilt back. Tilt back can be quite jarring. I've had tilt back on the V10F and then it just almost like threw me off. And I wasn't going fast either. Okay, good. The police are passing. They have better fish to fry, bigger fish to fry. Because there have been some tickets, like $600 tickets for riding EUCs, because technically they're illegal. You can't ride them on bike paths, you can't ride them on the street. And then the tickets are for no insurance, but you can't buy insurance for them. So you have to like dispute the ticket, hope that the cop doesn't show up, which has been the case for some of them. But it's just annoying that you have to take time, because there's some VPD officers that's on their agenda to ticket people. Yeah, suspension's nice here. Like, oh yeah. I just have it on the default that the previous owner had. So right now I'm kind of, cruising along, 28k. I'm getting some speed, getting more confidence. But I'm definitely like hugging the wheel more than my other one. You want to like have a little bit of gap so the wheel can play, but I'm not used to it yet. Plus it's also top heavy, so as soon as you turn, it feels like it's going to fall over. It's kind of like saying if you're you have a PC tower, you have a full tower, which is the OG Sherman. This is like a mini tower. So imagine hugging a mini tower with your legs. see how this Sherman S light shows up on video. Because the OG Sherman light was just a straight, like, lightsaber beam straight ahead. There's quite a few cyclists, which is kind of concerning. This is a nice night. It's kind of weird because this Sherman is stock right now. Well, mostly. Usually I like to mod my machines out with lights, but we'll see. One thing after another, right? So I have to just get comfort, because right now my feet are starting to get a little tense. Let's try and see what happens if you go in the middle. This is where it tram lines usually. I usually hate these. So I'm riding in the middle at 30 psi and it didn't tram line. Usually it would suck me over. Not that I'm going to purposely ride on those things, but I want to test it out. Okay, we made it. Didn't have to get off. It's like learning to UC all over again. Mounting and dismounting is the hardest thing. So what you try to do is you try to like make it so that you get up to the light and don't have to stop. And watch out for that guy. You don't know. Sometimes they do the hook rights. Yeah, I want to put some of those protective pads, you know, the gray ones. Let's go up here. So my turns are a little bit wide. My right turns are usually my better turns. Left turns were sketchy previously. You know, when you first ride EUC, left turns are better. They're always my better turn. My right turns are always the weak ones. They're wider. See, I don't have any lights. So when I take a picture here with the veteran S, it's going to be kind of boring. Let's see. It's also a good time to just take a break too. Okay. Let's see. How can I put this on the side? Without flopping it right down. Okay, not terrible. let's see the pads. I would like that pad a little bit lower. Just a smidge. How's that feel? Not terrible. Okay. Do it more like that. No, that's way too far back. That's pretty good. Oh, practice getting on without bailing. That's the key. So shimmy, right? Shimmy, get on it, shimmy. Step up. And shimmy. Thank you. Usually that sewer cover would be super scary. Yeah, for me, accelerating, I need the front power pads. I'm not about the lean. So I don't know how, when people have power knobs, I guess it locks them in. But then you're kind of like Michael Jackson, right? You're leaning all the way forward, and then you're just relying on the pads as if like you've, slotted your feet into the pedals. It's just locked in. Because yeah, I think it locks in your heel, right? And also above your shoelace. So 30 psi feels pretty good. I haven't tramlined yet. I could try like right here. Like this is a good area to tramline, but that actually looks like a severe case. I wouldn't want to do that actually. Don't want to like kill myself. Sorry about the cough. I'm still recovering from COVID. It's just a nagging cough. Yeah, seated riding. I don't know how people do it on the stock Sherman seat. It's way too cramped. And I was complaining about the OG Sherman with my Luna seat, which is already higher up. Because of the OG Sherman, you have lower pedals. And then the Luna seat, which is kind of like the Clark Pad seat, it goes across from, front handle to front handle. You can't use the trolley handle anymore, so it's higher up. And it's like a banana seat, so you have all this like comfortable space. I found like using that for seated riding was not the greatest because my legs, my knees, and my ankles were at an uncomfortable angle. You're like a catcher at a baseball game, and you're doing that, and people say it's so comfortable. Then when you're done doing that and you stand up, your quads are sore. It's defeating the whole purpose of resting your legs. And then even my heels or my balls of my feet would be sore because it's like you're hanging off the pedals. Your feet are not really on the pedals, they're over the lip. They're like, pretend this is the pedal, your foot's kind of like this over it, and it's just like this sharp edge right into like the ball of your foot. So interestingly, the back pads of this are adjusted perfectly. It's just the front pads were too tilted forward and too forward for me. I need to suck them back and then put them more vertical. So the front pads were like this. I don't like them like that. I like them more like further back and vertical against my shin. I'm wearing the Liats. If I add actually another layer of foam to the actual pad, like the baby protection foam, that will make it even nicer. Now let's see. Here is a hole that I always avoid. Should I try it? Oh no. That's a true test of suspension. Going right over that. I don't want to chance it too much. This isn't the maiden voyage. I usually do Central Park as my testing ground. I was like, okay, let's try. Sink or swim, right? I almost lost it earlier when I got on. It was a slight incline too. So this is gonna suck if I have to go up the incline. Well, let's try Granville Island, because I was just there a couple days ago. So this is cobblestone here. This is a good test of suspension. Let's try and go over this little thing here. See, not bad. It's nice having the display. You can see your speed. It says 25. I don't go over 32 on my OG. I had the beeper set to that. Let's go over this. Yeah, see, that's fine. Going over these bumps and stuff makes a big difference. Yeah, suspension is a game changer, I would say. It's just getting used to the top heaviness and mounting. Okay, let's try see this. This is where I would tramline. This guy is driving the wrong way. It's not a guy, it's a woman. Okay, here's where you get like the let's try and follow these lines. A good test for tramline would be actually a rail track. I'm not going to do that. You hit that the wrong way, you're going to go flying. Avoid hitting those parallel. Be as perpendicular as you can. Let's try hit this super great. It's as if there's nothing. Right? Suspension is pretty good. I don't hear any thonking. That's where I had my accident over here. So what happened? I was too concentrated on what was in my rear view mirror. Car was passing me, and then I hit that like curb straight on. Flew off my OG Sherman. Sherman was fine. Dislocated my middle left finger. And then now it's not straight anymore because the tendon has frozen, curved. So I'm trying to do physio, but it's a lot of exercise you have to do, and I'm lazy. So what you have to try and do is wear a splint. So you wear the splint, and then you stretch it out, stretch it out. And then hopefully you can get it to like 0 degrees, like flat. But, you know. Let's see, what is this car doing? My guy is just blocking the way. What is going on here? I'm gonna go around. So I want to ease up a bit. Getting more pressure on my feet. I think it's also muscle memory too. Pretty nice day. Take a quick picture with the OG Sherman, not OG Sherman. Sherman S. There we go. camera is horrible.
Everyone smokes like fucking genuine run away with the sun. I've never seen that. My brand is expensive.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So get on. And then move forward. Yeah, the sides of this are pretty painful. So 25. I think my cruising speed typically is about 25 or so. It's a good speed that you're not just going too fast. Especially if it's a new wheel too. Some slight wind. Yeah, these pads are pretty good actually. Once you get the fitment, it locks your toe in pretty well, slash the shoelace area, and then it's because it's longer. You don't have to deal with like the separate toe pad and then the shin pad, and then you got one and then you're adjusting with the adjusting one and then adjusting the other, and then they don't line up, and then it's a weird angle. That's how my current ones are. It's like a three-piece. You got the heel, you got the toe, and then you got the shin. Don't want a curb drop yet. Ooh, a turn. So far, it's a good main voyage. No wobbles yet, knock on wood. Haven't tramlined yet. I purposely tried to a little bit, because I don't like it on the other one. And so I'm just adverse to going over those things. This light is pretty good. It's floody, and oh, here, this is a good place to tramline. Right here, or over here. See this? I'm purposely going over it. So in the Sherman, anything like that, or this little thing here, would suck it in and like direct me into it. This is a good test here too. I don't think I'll do any extra mods right now for the Sherman, other than maybe the better rear lights, so I can charge it off the main power. The RGB lighting is nice. Don't get me wrong, I like to do that to be flashy. But it sucks up some of the battery a little bit, like maybe 10 to 20%. And then it takes time. I just redid it on my Sherman OG. It took me like 3 hours because I had to clean it, and then you double side tape it, and then you also duct tape as well, like every half an inch, in between LEDs, because the double sided tape will come out. Because it has the stock adhesive, then you put double sided tape, and then you put duct tape. If you just use like the built-in adhesive on LED strips, it'll fall right off right away. You don't want that to get sucked into the wheel and you get thrown off. And even if you just use like a 3M double-sided tape, like the ones for LED lights, it's still not enough. The curves and whatnot, it comes out. So right now, 127. Oh, it's kind of scary looking straight down. If you look straight down, then you get disoriented. I shouldn't do that for speed. It's kind of like, you're going fast and then you just look up and then you look down. It's just weird. It's good learning. Good lesson. When you're going fast, don't just look straight down. So let's see if this helps my fears of going downhill. Because I don't like going downhill on the OG Sherman or my V10F because it's always road imperfections. Like it's bumpy and then I purposely slow down. Right now it's not bad. The freewheel nature, the feeling, I'm not crazy about it. I haven't tramlined yet, which is very, very shocking. This is at 30 psi. 30 psi, and the tire is brand new too. So 30 psi on the OG Sherman, 30 to even you know. Let's go. .30 psi to even 25, even 22 psi. The lower psi's help with tramlining for me. Some people say increase, some people say decrease. For me, decreasing actually helps because the tire's too squirrely at 30 for me. Where should I go? Let's go this way. Let's do English Bay a little bit. Maybe just do a loop up to the seawall. Yeah, the front part of the seawall. The other day I was riding here and then there was a car riding the wrong way in the bike lane. It's a little bit chilly. Oh, maybe I should do LED lights and then use a power bank. I have an extra power bank. Just Velcro that on the side. It is a thought. It's just the mounting of the LEDs. You want to do it well. It's gonna look a little tacky though if I use duct tape. With OG Sherman, you know, it's OG. You know, it's a tank. It's kitschy, right? You know, you put more duct tape, the better it looks, right? You do that on a newer Sherman S, it just looks tacky. I'd want to do it nice and clean. So my feet are not bad right now. They've kind of eased up. These are with the E-Rides pedals. So the E-Rides pedals, they're spiked, and then they also have like a lip on the front and the back. So it's not just flat. It's spiked, plus it has like a maybe an inch to 2 inch like toe portion, and then an inch to 2 inch heel portion. So it's like a little bit of a bow. I can see that can help with accelerating and braking. You're not like literally flat-footed. You're kind of like in a curve. And I'm also using the DL Kinetic shoes, which are, you know, quote unquote for EUCs, or so they say. It's just like a low top skater shoe, like a waffle pattern. First they really hurt my feet, but then I put one set of insoles, not bad. Second set of insoles, better. And then what I did was I put the runner's knot. So it's where you take the first 2 holes and then you loop it first, and then you crisscross the lace into the loop. So I felt a little tram line there. A little bit. There was a little bit like right here. Let's see. It wasn't terrible though, because they scrubbed the paint off. Purposely crisscrossing over the tramline area. Little bit. Just a little bit. If I want a tram line here, I can do it like right here. Let's see. Purposely going gingerly over this line. This would be horrible for the Sherman OG. The V10F would be fine. But surprisingly, I am not tramlining. Yeah, that's really good. That's really good, actually. That's my main pet peeve with the OG Sherman, the wide tire and the tram lines. Yeah, that tire is, it's maybe half treaded left. This tire is pretty new. The guy said only 100 kilometers on it. And it's, you know, it's been pretty good. It's should I do a seawall loop? Maybe. Maybe you won't have any people. Let's try. It's a nice night. It's gonna rain. It's later tonight. Might as well. Let's try it out. My feet, I should rest though. There's a point where I should just sit. We'll sit before Stanley Park. Just a little bit. Because once you start riding, you don't really want to stop in dark. This is a good test of the light as well. Be careful here. These are supposed to be stop signs. Let's try and tramline a little bit here. No. Nope. Not over here. This is part where it goes like sidewalk to like a little smidge. Like very, very little. You know where I can sit? I can sit over there. I know where to sit. It's a little bit chilly. I should put my headlight a little bit higher here. It's like a full moon. I won't put the headlight up yet. This is gonna blind the people here. Here's like some tree roots. You can feel a little bit. Just like this there. I wasn't planning to go this far. I was planning just to do the seawall. Not this big seawall. The key difference for me was moving the pads back and more vertical. So then I can accelerate with my shins, not my toes. They say, you know, you should be carving, right? But there's only so much carving, pumping you can do before your feet get tired. A bit chilly. I did Prospect Point, I think earlier in the week. See, it's all blurred to me now. No, maybe it was last week. I'll be careful here. Greater height. Definitely don't want to ride this through the parking lot at Metrotown. little bit there, it kind of felt like my light was a car. I thought there was a car behind me. Well, there actually is. Okay, so it wasn't my light then. It's way past the 9 o'clock gun. The moon. It's no longer full moon though. Now the key is, where can I have my UC on the side? We just have it over here. Oh, be a good spot to just rest. Rest my feet. Let's play with this light a bit. It really shines far. That beam. It's like a spotlight. Should I have my RGBs? Now this light is gonna like blind people. But there shouldn't be many people over there. So get on and then go forward. Get on and go forward. Yeah, this light is pretty freaking awesome, I would say. The throw is good, and it's also a wide wide and near field beam. It's like floody and throwy at the same time. You don't have that pattern usually, that combination. Usually it's one or the other. I don't see a need to upgrade this light. Super bright. This is like perfect for Stanley Park rides. It's exactly what I need. Now, don't go too close to the water and dump my EUC into the ocean. Right now I feel like I'm too far back on the paths. I don't want to mount here where it's narrow. Feels like my right pad, I'm leaning more, my right pad is more forward than my left one. That's just what it feels like. Just taking it slow here, because we got these damn trees. And, you know, like, when you're first using UC, if you have to crouch down, you start to get wobbles. So right now I'm doing some gentle carving. Just alternating left and right, left and right. Watch out for the tree. Slow down a bit. It's late enough, I think, and cold enough that there shouldn't be anyone on the seawall. This is not where we cross over onto it yet, though. It's later on. Excuse me. Is that a light down there? Okay, let's test this. Bump, bump. That was a bit of a pogo, but not bad. Okay, that's fine. I grabbed onto it too long. I just wanted to readjust my pedals as well. Get on. Yeah. Okay. Let's see, how narrow is this? My front left toe is hurting a little bit because I have a callus there. Really have to sand that down. Basically, the callus is like a hardening of the skin, and then it starts to push into your actual like nerves or like. So if you don't sand it down, it sticks out a bit. There, I kind of felt like I was not tramlining, but not as comfortable. Because it's a little bit narrow here. I find when I have to thread the needle, I kind of get more nervous. Let's see. I'm not using the high beam, just relying mostly on, well actually I'm using high beam on my helmet and then normal on the Sherman. The helmet I can do turbo mode. Let's try it. Turbo. See that? That lights everything up, and it kind of adds a little bit of haze. You can see the haze. It gets super, super bright. I'm gonna blind everyone. Don't really need that bright. Yeah, don't want to make the mistake like I did before. I looked down at my feet, kind of lost orientation, and then crashed into the grass and rolled onto my shoulder when I didn't have any armor, and then tweaked my shoulder. Now, like, part of my shoulder sticks out a little bit weird, and it's not as strong as the other shoulder. I haven't seen any physio for it. I should, though. Let's be careful here, it gets really narrow. Narrow, and then there's trees. See how narrow it gets here? So you're threading the needle, and then it's also bumpy. Right? You don't want to clip your pedals on the side or hit the trees. This is not great. This is my first time using an EUC here. Good thing I didn't take the OG Sherman here. Those ruts. But yeah, if you do these night rides by yourself, especially in an isolated place, make sure you're armed with something. Because you never know. Coyotes, sketchy people. Someone was murdered here in Stanley Park a few years back. The guy was just taking photos and this guy killed him. Wrong place, wrong time, right? Let's be careful here. Let's slow down as much as I can. And let's not get off the EUC. Let's try and just stay on. Ugh. Stay on and just keep going. Because it's a blind turn here. You don't know what you're going to see around the corner. See how dark it is? It's super dark. And sometimes you're going to have people walking here. And what I should do is I should take a picture right here. While I can. Ugh. Here's the wake. Let's do one with like full brightness. Yeah, we should use the full brightness right now. So this is a place where you don't want to run into anyone. You're in the most isolated section of Stanley Park. You're on your own. Okay, so get on. Just step up. You have to have confidence. Just step up onto it. It's kind of like seated riding. You gotta just like get on with gusto. So the second you hesitate, you get wobbles. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't take the OG Sherman here. Just these slight bumps. It's nice to have a bright light. Now, if you see anyone walking here by themselves, question, why are they doing that? Me on EUC, it's still kind of scary because, you know, if someone runs into you or, you know, you have some issues, you know, at least you can get away. If you're walking here, you had to walk a whole way in the darkness to get here. Some people walk here in the dark by themselves with no flashlight. That's sketchy, man. Even me riding here by itself, it's not the safest thing to do. Let's just pretend someone jumps out around the corner. Oh, there's a great blue heron. Hello. So let's just say someone's like jumps around the corner, knocks me off my UC. What do I do? Hand-to-hand combat, right? What if they have a gun or a knife? I'm screwed. See, there's two people just sitting there. You gotta be careful here because there's like some side chairs like right here that people sit down on, and it's kind of unnerving. So we're almost near the Seawash Rock. Just take it easy, don't clip the side. I could jump this, but I don't want to like lose control and go into the ocean. Like, what if I hit the fender? The rear mud guard. This is pretty narrow. Yeah, you do not want to go onto that red part and just fall off. Kind of narrow here. Ooh. Let's stop here. Ooh. Let's see, can I lean the UC against something? I don't want to lean it there against that. It's not good to lean here. Oh, let's try and go down and see. That's a big cockroach. know where that sound is. Sounds like people. Okay. So they put that fence there. What's this? Water? Yeah. Okay, so that's what I was saying. You come across people in Stanley Park at nighttime by themselves, question it. Do not stop for them. I didn't see that guy's face, but he was pretty leaned over. You don't know what kind of crazy people you're going to run into, so just keep going. Avoid conflict as much as possible. Here's they put those weird little thing you're not supposed to bike through. Don't want to go over those rocks. This is annoying. So this is the main voyage of the Sherman S. New to me. Oh, it's 4,800 kilometers on it. My OG Sherman, I can't remember how many K it has on it. At least 8,000 or so. I don't know if there was someone sitting there or not. Did not look at the bench. See how narrow this is? I'm scared I'm gonna clip my pedal or something. Put more Velcro and put some baby pads on the shin and also on the rear and the sides. I think I still have enough. What you do is use that with carpet tape. Carpet tape is strong and it won't leave, the one I have won't leave a residue. Careful here, because there's a ridge. Trees are kind of low. So keep carving. So this is a good spot to adjust my pads. It's nice and bright. Not my pads, my headlight. I don't want to blind anybody. So let's aim it down a little bit. I think that's good enough. So get on, go forward. Get on and go forward. Don't scoot forward. Some people can do it. I don't like it. It puts more pressure to balance and catch up to it for me. That's just me. Do I want to do Lost Lagoon? Sure. Come back out that way. Is that poop? Goose poop. What would be fun is to try a little bit of this grass. Oh, there's more goose poop here. But it's not bad. It's not bad. When I used to use the OG Sherman, I don't ride it on grass because it also tram lines there. It darts into the ruts. So I was riding here not too long ago. So this is a good comparison. How fast am I going? 29. That's about my cruising. 25 to 30 25 to 32 is my usual cruising speed. So here, there's a turn, a pretty sharp turn. See what I mean? If you're not expecting it, it comes up on you fast. This is why you need bright lights. You need to be able to see where you're gonna go. Some people get pissed off at me because I have bright lights, but I'm riding through the forest. What do you expect? Some people are not even using lights. It's like, I can't see you, you can't see where you're going. Don't get mad at me for being safe. I purposely have them like aimed down too. It's not like I'm high beaming everyone on purpose. Okay, let's go back to normal mode. Turn off turbo. Let's see if we can tramline a little bit here again. Parallel ridge. It's kind of like a sewer. Nothing. Here. Tramline. No. Guy's working out. Tramline here. Two different materials. It's very slight. Very slight. Guy's sketchy. Call me judgmental, but he is not A+ citizen. He's what you call a scavenger, drain on society, who preys on people because of lax laws from Canada. This guy's not wearing a shirt. Oh, he is wearing a shirt. Is he walking topless? Yeah, the scavengers come out at night. Stealing bikes, stealing stuff. That's why you gotta be very careful where you're going. They tend to leave you alone, unless they're stealing your stuff. Then there's nothing you can do, because the justice system does not punish them, they just let them go. They have no fixed address. If you try and defend yourself or your property, you get in trouble because you're a law-abiding citizen paying taxes. That's just how it is. You know, they'd rather ticket you on an EUC rather than get the people stealing e-bikes. Because, you know, oh, you can't pick on them. They already have, you know, they have it rough. So just let them go with their petty crimes. So yeah, downtown east side, Vancouver, a lot of crime. Downtown Vancouver, a lot of crime. So feet are starting to hurt a little bit now. I was okay up until now. I don't know why, just now. I should sit down. My right turns are not bad. You just have to trust it. You gotta trust that you're not gonna lean over and topple the EUC. So this is cobblestone, kind of. And it's soaking up the bumps pretty well. Thank you. Okay, here's where I was riding, like I was saying, not too long ago, and it was super bumpy. Let's see how it is with this suspension. I was riding the OG Sherman. It's a little bit windy right now. Starting about here. It's not good surface material. Yeah, it just softens them. These are brutal on my knees and whatnot. Yeah, surprisingly, like today, my knees don't hurt at all. OG Sherman I was riding last night, my knees hurt. My knees do not hurt today. What really actually is just hurting is my feet. Because I did ride yesterday. Did about 45k yesterday. This is probably another 45k, 50k. It's a bit windy, the wind picked up. I'll watch the corner here, there's usually people walking in the bike lane. That's why you want your beam of light to project forward so people see it. It's nice and dead. Should rest my feet at some point here if I ride home. I don't see anything walking by. Let's slow down so I can catch this light. I don't know who he's yelling at. I was able to slow it down to a crawl and then just make it. But there's no light here that I can make. It's green. Ah, screw it. There's no one there. Let's see if I can tramline. No, it's not tramlining. Try here. A little shimmy, but not bad. Let's go. It's red. That's a weird intersection because it's like red at all times. Yeah, here's where I avoid the lines, right? But it's not bad. I'll still avoid them because I don't want to be caught off guard. Here I have to stop. I got no choice. Oh, my feet. Whew. Stretch my feet out. Give it a head start. I'm tired. I kind of step up on it. Okay, we got a light. 10 seconds, 9 6, 5, 4. I don't know what's that light. The light looks like it's in the bike lane, but it's not. Open. Huh. Oh, you guys still open?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, awesome. Let's see here. Can I have a chicken? Let's see here. What's the difference between a pita wrap and the Sage?
The such a tortilla bread
Oh, okay.
come with small pieces like small bites.
Yeah,
And pita, like we wrap, right?
yeah.
We put some salad.
Okay.
Everything we wrap it just.
Oh, okay, sure. I'll have the grilled chicken pita wrap, please.
Pita.
Yeah, thank you.
Can I get spicy, sir?
Yes, please.
Anything else, sir?
No, that's everything. Thank you. So you're like the only one open right now.
Is that spice, my friend? Yeah.
Yes, please.
Spice, yeah.
Yep, thank you.
Would you like some pickle, my friend?
Sure, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, that's Mr. Shawarma Cart. First time, actually I haven't had Mr. Shawarma in a long time. Oh, that's the woman on her phone. They're on strike. But yeah, the Mr. Shawarma truck is $8.99 for a shawarma. I'm a shawarma connoisseur, I guess you could say. That's easily one of the best shawarmas I've had in Vancouver. Substantial portion, a lot of ingredients, tasty. Various sauces, pickles. Meat was tender, and they even put like fried potatoes inside. Very, very tasty. Yeah, and the pita was grilled perfectly, like it was crisp the whole way through. Crisp. Let's see, are there any cars? No, let's go. Very garlic. I feel like I need some cough drop now. Cough lozenge. What happened left? I think I have one. Don't drop it. Let's try a little bit of duck stand, shall we? I was mainly riding straight-legged with my feet tucked underneath. Let's try a little bit of duck stands, because your feet won't really pop up on a suspension wheel. Duck stands, I find, you get stability and more control, but at the expense of some twitchiness. into it. The right turn's fine, left turn's fine. Someone's actually biking this time. He's aiming downwards, not to blind people. It's almost midnight. Got another person biking as well. Way. Yep. Yeah, like going back again, yeah, that shawarma is really good, like $9. And it was a big size, it was hefty. And it's not like it was hefty and tasted like garbage, like it wasn't all sauce. There was like different pickles, tahini, maybe garlic sauce, you know, the chicken, good amount of chicken. And the fries, the game changer was the fries. They're not like crappy fries too. They were like delicious seasoned, like, I don't know if they were wedges or hash browns or something. They were very good. They added to the dish. It wasn't just filler. Yeah, that's what's memorable. Like the fries really made it for me. Like when I went to Greek, you know, they have the gyros, the gyros, that some people call them. They put fries in them, and their fries are good fries, like homemade fries, which are more yellow, like wedges. Like delicious. I haven't really seen many people put fries in their gyros here. You know, gyros are different from shawarma, but you know, you put fries inside, that's and they're good fries. Yeah, that's a plus in my book. Yeah, I don't know of any other place that puts fries in the wrap in general. So here's the thing that I usually hate: this ridge here. See how it is? Oh, it's like nothing. You just feel the drop a little bit. Like you don't even feel it compress, you just feel the drop. That's what I've noticed. The settings on this is I don't feel the uptick, but I feel the drop a little bit. It's purposely run over these. I don't run over them usually. It's like nothing. This is like cobblestone. What we'll do is we'll go home via Ontario. So you can just accelerate. It's got a magic carpet. It's hard to go back to EUC with no suspension. Excuse me. I still scan the road surface, but I'm not scared of it anymore. I haven't really tramlined, like very, very slight smidge where I felt the wheel a little bit go into the dip, but it was so minor. And the other harping back, the OG Sherman, any little like painted line, slight crack, parallel line on the road, if I ran over it, like a sidewalk, like the ridge, boom. It would just like right itself, get sucked into the hole, like cause me to like almost lose balance. It's just like boom. Like here, like see this ridge here? I would go over this and it would just like catch into it and then go whoop, whoop. But I haven't had any of that. Okay, let's see. What was that? There was something that ran across. I have no idea what that was. Either it was garbage or something. Just ran across. It looked like a size of a hamster or something, or a sandwich bag. I said, whoop. Still people riding around. Yeah, there were so many rats in Robson Square. It was ridiculous. Yeah, over there I really had to brace with the Sherman. See, now my knee is starting to hurt a little bit. A little bit. Let's drop this curb a bit. Nothing. That little clonk was the rear fender. The rear fender is split. And it's hitting the rear stand. Like half of it's like this above the stand, half of it's below. Okay, we're gonna get a green light eventually. Yeah, that shawarma was pretty filling. I don't know what that car is just doing sitting there. Ugh. The step down is quite large. Always watch your 6. And basically from your 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock, when it's late at night, you don't know what's behind you or on the sidewalk. I don't know what's up with this light. There we go. Get on and then move. Half of the battle is getting on. Okay, so I'm not using duck stance. I'm using more parallel stance right now. Duck stance to me was a little, my feet were hurting a bit. I don't know why. Because I usually do duck stance on the Sherman OG. So I'm just doing parallel. Parallel I find is more stable, like you don't get as twitchy. Duck stance is good when you need a lot of maneuverability and like slow speed. So we're accelerating here. Cross traffic. A little bit windy. Okay, there was a tram line. That was a tram line right now, just now. Where it just kind of dipped. That was a pretty big ridge. I don't know if you saw it, but it just went like this. There was a dip and then it got sucked into it and it just like, the wheel was like this and all of a sudden, whoop. Okay, let's go. Okay, am I in? Yeah. Let's do turbo mode. Turbo. knee is not too bad right now. My right knee was hurting a lot when I was riding the OG yesterday. Ugh. Okay, way too fast. I didn't slow down enough. Basically what I was doing is I was waiting to see if there was any traffic. And I judged wrong, and then there was traffic. Sometimes you can hear it if there's traffic, and I didn't hear anything until I came up close. I'm like, okay, I'm in no man's land now. Yeah, that thumping is just the rear fender. The rear fender is kind of a weird design where it goes underneath the rear stand, and then with the suspension travel, the stand stays stationary and then the fender moves up and down. So like inherently it's gonna rub against it. Well, this time it cracked and then it like did the splits because it pushed against the rear fender with force. So it's like, boom. So I don't know, like ideally if I fix it, I'll use some plastic glue to melt it back together. Will it stay popped up on the top or on the bottom? It's a very flimsy piece of plastic. Oh, hold on, wait. Yeah, riding this is... It's funny, it's like a bigger version of my V10F. Because I don't tramline very much. And then the pads are lower, so it's more of like in my shin. It's nice having on the OG Sherman, like your pads are lower, so my pads are really quite high up. Oh, that bump there. So you can't be like standing straight up. Suspension can only do so much. If you're not expecting it and you're standing straight up, you're still going to get pogoed off. Yeah, with the Sherman, I don't think I'm going to get like any other seat attachments unless I get a seat attachment that raises the seat extensively. Because I don't really do seated riding on the other Sherman because I'm not good at it. And I also don't find it that comfortable. So what I did with I was saying my other Sherman is I put looked like a Clark pad seat, a Luna seat, or a Sauron seat, I should say. It goes across both top handles, so now you can't use the trolley bar. So every time I had to move it across the street or something, I have to just crouch over it. And I don't really do seated riding like I was saying, so I did that for not really any reason or any benefit. Right? Doesn't really make sense. Ugh. So I don't know why I did that. Doesn't make any sense at all. Because I'm not actually doing anything with it. It's just nice to sit down at the stop signs, but then you don't need to give up on your trolley handle for that. like it's slightly bottomed out there, because that's a pretty steep drop off. $33. There's no one crossing that I can see. Let's just go. Whoa. That's the benefit of having this PID zoom mirror. It's a wide angle, so I can see from 9 o'clock to 6 o'clock. And if I swivel my head, I can see even more. But default, yeah, I can see 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock just looking straight ahead, which is awesome. Other rear view mirrors that are not wide angle, you get like a big blind spot, and you can only see maybe, I don't know, 8 o'clock position, not even 6 o'clock behind you until you swivel your head. There's a slight ridge here. How is it? No, don't get sucked into it. Let's rest a little bit. We won't press the light yet. Oh. But I see what Lando Cycles was saying. It is very top heavy. It's like all battery here, right? I don't know what else you can do. You know, it's not like they put the batteries on the top half. It's like the whole thing is battery. It's integral to the design. Okay, get on. Step up when it's almost vertical. Maybe it's a smidge the other way. It starts to fall and your other foot gets on and balances it, and then you start moving forward. I was making the mistake I was saying previously. I'd try and like skateboard it a bit, and some people are good at it because they can go, you know, just ride one-footed and then they just get on. For me, I kind of do a two-step process. Get on, now you're balanced, and then like step forward, like put some pressure on your toes, and then you start to move. Everyone's different. The skateboard method works for you, perfect. Yeah, see, this suspension is not even dialed in to me. Like, I don't know if this is good or not. It's pretty good. it worse. So I'll stick with it right now. Handling, I find it's not quite as agile as the OG Sherman. OG Sherman is very direct. This, OG Sherman is kind of like I wouldn't say a Miata, but it's like a BMW SUV, let's just say. It's a little more sporty, there's suspension, there's no suspension, right? So you're just on the ground. This is more like a, what do you say? Rolls Royce SUV, the Bakaya or whatever it's called. Okay, there's no one. Step on and go. I kind of stepped on a little too forward on this pedal. On the left pedal. Gotta work on my braking on this. Should connect to the app actually. Darkness box. It's funny, I like this road. Just getting on the gas and that start, it's just so nice on this street. There's certain streets where you just start from a stop and it's just nice to accelerate. Yeah, going over these potholes, not potholes, speed bumps, it's just so nice, right? Yeah, my right knee is getting a little bit sore. Not gonna lie. I think it's the torquing of when I'm stopping and then starting, because it's like one-legged, right? And you're like rocking the UC. Should carve. I find I've been pretty good today at slowing down. I've been going at a slower pace so that I can catch up to the green lights. .32. Okay. That's about Sherman OG speed. See, I would get the beeps around here. I set it to 36 because it's kind of annoying. No, actually, I should practice my figure eights over here. But then I have to go through that entryway. Yeah, see, that's a deep line right there. I don't think I want to try tramlining on that. Yeah, I don't think I want to do any practice right now. I'm getting tired. And it's also getting late too. Let's see if I go on this ridge here. Out here. No, still fine. Okay, it's clear. How about here? Little bit of tram line. But not bad.